Hello, I'm Bishop Garland Hunt, and this is the Power of Hope devotional. Welcome back. I love the fact that some of you follow me regularly, and if you do, make comments to say, "Hey, Bishop, I'm here. I love what you're preaching." Because today I want to ask you a challenging question. Actually, again, it's a command. Lately, I haven't been asking questions. I've been saying commands. Speak to your rock. That's right. I want to tell you to speak to your rock. Now, how do we get here? Moses was out here with the children of Israel. Of course, they were in the wilderness of sin, and that's just the name of the wilderness, actually. But they were in sin, quite frankly. So eventually, they camped over here in Rephidim, and there was no water for the people to drink. There's no water for the people to drink. Now, they come out of get a picture now. They came out of Pharaoh's exodus out of Egypt, and they came out of Pharaoh's land, and they're out here. And of course, the Lord has already split the Red Sea for them, but they're still complaining. And they said, we're water to drink. And they said, so once the people complained against Moses, they said, give us water to drink. And they demanded. And so Moses said, quiet. He said, why are you complaining against me? Why are you complaining against me? What I got to do with this? And so it said, why are you testing your Lord? And see, they were testing God. They were testing him because they were complaining to Moses, just like you complain to your pastor, or you complain, I don't like the way this is done. I don't like the way people are doing this. I just don't like this. Well, who are you complaining? Talk to God about it. Talk to God about it. Don't be blaming your pastor. Blame God. See, if things don't happen the way you want, stop complaining. God's got it under control. God's got it all under control. He has lost control. He has not. So anyway, they were complaining. So then they were tormented by thirst, and they began to argue with Moses. Why did you bring us out of Egypt? And are you going to kill us and kill our children and kill our livestock? So Moses cried out to the Lord, what should I do with your people? These are your people. And he said, they're ready to stone me because I'm out here and they want something to eat. So then Moses said, take your staff, which he had in his hand, his staff. He said, I want you to take your staff, and I want you to call the elders out. I want you to stand before the rock at Mount Sinai, and I want you to strike the rock. And water gushed out, and they had enough water to feed all the people, all the animals, everything. When Moses struck the rock, as he told them, water gushed out because the Lord said that there was water in the rock. There was provision in the rock. He told them to get the rock, get the staff, which he already had in his hand, hit it, and the rock come out. Now, this happened again 2 years later, just about 2 years later. This is how it's advertised, just about, they think. And so we're back to another situation where they did not have water. And the way it was, this is like over in Numbers chapter 20. This is Numbers chapter 20. So it says, there was no water for the people to drink at this place. And they rebelled against Moses and Aaron. And they said, the people blamed Moses. Said, if we had only died in the Lord's presence with our brothers, why would you have brought the congregation of the Lord's people into this wilderness to die, along with our livestock? Why did you make us leave Egypt and bring us to this terrible place? This land has no grain, no figs, no grapes, no pomegranate, no water to drink. Oh man, they were just complaining. Stop your complaining and your excuses. That does not impress God. And I'm sure as a man of God, I don't want to hear your complaining. Grow up, man. So anyway, Moses and Aaron turned away from the people, and they came to the entrance of the door. So they fell on the ground on their face, and the glory of the presence of God appeared unto them. And it says, so you and Aaron must take the staff and assemble the whole community. And as the people watch, I want you to speak to the rock over there, and it will pour out its water. And you will provide enough water for the rock, from the rock, to satisfy the whole community and all their livestock. So it says, so Moses did as he was told. He took the staff. Remember the staff. He took the staff from the place where it's kept, and he and Aaron summoned the people to come forth. And he said, listen, you rebels. He was angry. You said, must we bring water from this rock? Now, he had already seen it happen one time before. They should have had a testimony of it happening. Do we have to bring water from this rock? So he took the staff and he struck the right rock twice. Bam, bam. So now look, this is very important. So water gushed out. It supplied the complaining people. But then the entire community, the livestock, everybody drank all they needed. But the Lord said to Moses, because you did not trust me enough to demonstrate my holiness to the people. In other words, I told you to speak to the rock, and you struck the rock. First time you strike, now I say speak. Another level of faith and relationship 2 years later, I should have you to speak to the rock as opposed to strike the rock. But because you're so angry at the people, you now have prohibited yourself from even reaching the promised land. Oh man, was that not a terrible type of punishment? But his expectation for Moses was quite great. In the first scripture, in Exodus there, Exodus chapter 17, he said, I want you to strike the rock. In Numbers chapter 20, he said, I want you to speak to the rock. I'm saying I want you to speak to the rock. If you have a need in your life, if you have a situation, there's water in the rock for you. Speak to your rock. This is Bishop Garland Hunt. This is the Power of Hope Devotional. I'll talk to you next time.